right, so this is, oh, let me write that up here. This is A42. So we're going to go ahead and solve this one because it does, in fact, have an equal sign. So this time we can solve these. So in this case here, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, right, is I'm going to distribute. So let's go ahead and distribute that 2 to everybody inside the parentheses. So that's going to give us 2 times A minus 2 times 4, right? And then we have a plus 15 is equal to 3. So that's going to give us a 2A minus, and 2 times 4 is 8, plus 15 is equal to 3. I don't know why it does that. I hate it when it does that drag thing. All right, anyway, and then I'm going to go ahead and collect up my like terms. So, or you know what, let's just do this one a little bit differently. We know that we're going to come all the way down here, right, and we're going to end with A is equal to something. So the first thing I'm going to do to both sides here then, guys, is I'm going to add an 8 to both sides, right? And that's going to leave me with, those guys are going to cancel, right? And I'm going to get 2A plus 15 is equal to 11. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is get rid of the 15. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides of my equation. And that's going to leave me with 2A. And once again, those guys are going to cancel, is equal to, and 11 minus 15 is a negative 4. Now, I see right here, right, I'm multiplying A by 2. So to get rid of that 2, I'm going to undo that. And to undo that, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And those 2 are going to cancel. And I'm going to get A is equal to negative 2. And the next thing I have to do is to check it. So I'm going to get, here's my check. I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to get 2 times negative 2 minus 4 plus 15 is equal to 3. So that's going to give me 2. And negative 2 minus 4 is a negative 6. Plus 15 is equal to 3. Well, that gives me negative 12 plus 15 is equal to 3. You know, sure enough, right, I'm adding numbers with opposite signs, right? The bigger one is the absolute value is positive, so I know my answer has to be positive. So I'm going to get 3. And then the signs are different, so I subtract. 15 minus 12 is 3, and that's equal to 3. And sure enough, it checked. All right, so in this one here, this is number 8, right? So I think what I'm going to ask you is, what was the first thing I did? And what was the first step? And the answer is, you know, you have to distribute first, right? Because I can't collect up like terms until I know what they are. So I have to go ahead here, right, and distribute first so I can see, you know, what I end up with, so I can start collecting up like terms or undoing operations. All right, so that takes care of that one. Let's do one more, I guess, huh? Okay, so our problem here is 3C minus 8C plus 7 is equal to negative 18. So I'm doing number 5. All right, so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put a circle around all my like terms. So let's go ahead first and rewrite it all as an addition problem. So I get 3C plus negative 8C plus 7 is equal to negative 18. All right, so now I'm going to put a circle around all the terms that have a C in them. So that guy has a C, and that guy has a C. All right, and so let's go ahead and collect up these like terms here, and that's going to give us, right, 3C plus negative 8C plus 7 is equal to negative 18. All right, so I collect up my like terms here. I think I forgot a parentheses. So I have a 3c plus a negative 8c, so I know that I'm going to get a negative 5c from that. And then I have, plus 7 is equal to negative 18. So at this point, right, I'm going to draw it down, phew, and I'm going to get c is equal to something when all is done. So the first step here, right, I'm going to get rid of that 7. I'm adding 7, so to undo that, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Right, when I do that, those guys cancel, and I get negative 5c is equal to an 18c minus 7 gives me a negative 25. Now I see that I'm multiplying c by negative 5, so to undo multiplication, I divide, guys. Even though it's negative, I still am undoing multiplication, so I divide both sides by negative 5. Those guys cancel, and I get a negative divided by a negative, which is positive, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. All right, and in this case here, I'm going to go ahead and check it now. So let's go ahead and give it the old checkaroony. So I'm going to get 3 times 5 minus 8 times 5 plus 7. Uh-oh. And that has to be equal to negative 18. Sorry, that got sloppy. So I get 15 minus 40 plus 7. So 15 minus 40 is a negative 25 plus 7. Signs are different, so I know it's negative, and 25 minus 7 is 18. So sure enough, negative 18 equals negative 18, and it checks. So I think this one, is number 5. So I think what I'm going to ask you is, when I got negative 5c is equal to negative 25, why did I divide by negative 5 instead of adding 5, right? And the answer is because you're multiplying between the negative 5 and the c. So to undo that, you have to divide. And then my extra credit is, what did I do wrong? And the answer is I did number 8, which is even, which is actually tomorrow night's homework, not today's. So the extra that's the extra credit, right? I did the wrong problem. I didn't even. Oops. All right, guys, that's it for the video. I will see you tomorrow.